This video gives a review of my website. The website is rather complex because of Dutch and English and the different elements, so that's why I think that video might be useful. This is the location of the website, and since we no longer need it, I move it out. To be fair, this is who we're talking about. This is my photograph, and this is my CV. I'm a Master of Econometrics in Groningen 1982 and a Master in Teacher Mathematics in Leiden 2008. The different elements in the website are politics, science, commercial, other, science fiction, general information, and weblog. And let's start with politics, which is important. I have a political party with two friends of mine, and we have a scientific bureau that has been publishing most of my work. And we have only three people in there. We don't make a big wave, but it's important to take a position on the political scene. I'm even a candidate for President of the European Union. And this somewhat started out in 2004 and 2005 when there was a referendum on the Constitution of the European Union. And this was a political setup, so we decided that we make a statement. Now, I use much of my scientific work in defining the political statement, but therefore I make a distinction between my original family name, where I'm a political person, and my scientific position, where I try to be as objective as possible. So let's look at the science element. Since econometrics consists of economics, mathematics, and statistics, you can imagine that there are various elements involved in here. So this is the major economics result, and this was basically created in 1990, and then the economic crisis actually confirms the analysis. So here are my papers on the crisis with also a Dutch element. But I collected these English papers in a new book that is available here. As you see, this is behind a paywall. The reason is I have a donation page, but since people don't donate much, I have decided that I would use more of a paywall as of late. Now, the economic theory is that unemployment can be resolved fairly easy. This was clear in 1990. The economic crisis confirms the analysis. There's also the case of the Netherlands Antilles. They have the same system of social security as Holland, so the same analysis could be used there as well. You see the PDF is also available here. And one way to resolve unemployment would be that each democratic nation adopts an idea of an economic Supreme Court, so that we have sound economic advice to the political process. Okay, that was economics. Then there is education of mathematics, explained, designed for ladies and gentlemen, so in a very elegant manner. The book discusses what's wrong with mathematics education and how it can be righted. And it also discusses the political economy, the industry of mathematics and education. The book is available as PDF. And there's the book, Conquest of the Plane, that implements the ideas of the earlier book as a textbook. There's also my book on logic. There's my book on voting theory. I have a book on the simple mathematics of Jesus. It's behind a paywall now. And there's a book, textbook written with Karl Drunt about transport science, where we use elementary physics for students of operations management. Now let's look at the commercial elements. It's basically the economics pack, applications of Mathematica. To understand what Mathematica is, we may go to the site of Wolfram Research. What you can do is write applications for that, and that's what I've been doing for years. I've put these applications of mine into my pack. So this is Wolfram, and they provide Mathematica. I have been using the various versions over the years, and you can download it, and you can install it. But then, of course, you buy a password for it. And the pack contains the books that have been written in Mathematica: Conquest of the Plane, my logic book, and my voting theory, which means that you can actually also use the programs in those books. And the pack has some 100 users over the world. I don't know if they really use it, but at least they bought it. Then there's the other elements. There's some Dutch articles, mostly from newspapers. Some efforts at literature. So my science fiction, and this is something in support of Mr. Kroondijk. I helped in doing that. And there's some bit of painting, because my great-grandfather was also named Thomas Kuhl, was a painter of art. This is his work. That's one. And there is his daughter, Tina, who wrote a book about the time that they stayed in Rome. This is the English translation of a book that I made. This is the family, great-grandfather, mother, the writer of the book, her eldest sister, and my grandfather's not in the picture. These are two German friends. And this is about 1892, when you stayed in a villa of artists in Rome. Now, what is a key point in my website is the link to my weblog. Before we do that, let's first look at this case of scientific integrity. I worked at the Dutch Central Planning Bureau in 82 to 91, and there I developed this analysis on unemployment, which was blocked from discussion. Eventually, in 91, I was dismissed. So this is a case of professional ethics, and since nothing happened in Holland, I started to advise to boycott Holland till this was resolved, and recently I turned this into a weblog. So here it is, and I have not only the discussion about the censorship, but I also have other kinds of elements to discuss, like now on the teaching of mathematics. This is the most important element, the About page that explains that democracy and economy can be greatly improved. Let me try to increase the size of the text a bit. So democracy and economy are greatly improved by changing the trias politica into a tessera politica. So there's a fourth element, the economic Supreme Court. And this can be found in my book, DRGTP. Okay, so please understand that I don't want to impose my views on the world. I just want to be a free scientist who is not hindered by censorship. So my advice is to please boycott Holland till the issue is resolved, and I will be able to present my analysis in full. Then everybody can look at it and we can discuss it, and then perhaps decide, yes, it's a good idea or not. And I might even be wrong. That's always the possibility that we contain. So this is the major issue in economics and ethics. That's so very important for my website. So thank you very much for looking at my website and taking the time to listen to it. I hope you now can make better use of it. Thank you very much.